Hi, this is Suresh, and I'm the founder of Shasta.com Incorporated. I also run a website called suresh.co.in where I try to talk about domain name issues and strategies for IN domains. What I want to talk today about was the registrations that happen in .in, and Nixie, the registry, distributes this information every day. They publish the domains registered on a daily basis. It's on their website, registry.in /domain hyphen creates, and you can find all the domains that are registered on a daily basis. Now, as a domainer, as a web developer, as a search SEO expert, or as a branding person, as a small business, as a mid-sized business, and even large business, what can you learn from these domain registrations? And I've been going through these domain registrations for the last 1 month, or maybe even longer. And I've been trying to look for patterns and trying to look for things that, what are the end users, specifically the businesses in India, are registering and for their own business. So that is what really I'm interested in. And the information I found was that roughly anywhere from 2,500 to 3,000 names are registered every day with the extension of .in, .co.in, and others. Uh, and off the lot, what is quite interesting is that the typical names that are being registered are obviously you could register your brand name, and you could register names that are keywords, pure keywords, and then you can register names that are brand plus keywords. So these are your three big categories of names that are being registered on a daily basis. The other trend that I saw was companies like real estate companies. Real estate companies are registering anywhere from 10 to 15 names for their individual projects. So for any project they have, let's say in Chennai, Delhi, Bangalore, wherever it is, they register their brand, their project name, and multiple variations of it in .in and .co.in for their projects. Now, these things could be temporary ones. They could use them for 2, 3 years and then drop the domain names. But that is an interesting trend because a lot of real estate developers seem to be following that trend. The other interesting aspect I'm looking for specifically is how many businesses are using pure keywords. The reason I say pure keywords are these are keywords without any brand names associated with them. So they could be like car sales, shoe store, um, business software, and things like that. These are all generic two-word domains or three-word keywords that are being registered. And a lot of that is happening. And from what I could tell, a majority of the two-word and three-word domains that are being registered, some of them are being registered by companies that I can find, and it's for various different industries. It's not set to any particular niche. So across the board, there are many people are registering these things for their business. And that's a good trend to see, which is very typical of what happened in the .com periods when initially the interest was in registering brand names, and then pretty soon the keywords came in and people started realizing they need to acquire these keywords or register them. And with the IN, .co.in, there are only 3 million domains registered. So there's still tons of options for two-word and three-word domains for registration for businesses to use. The strategy of using multiple names for your business, it's been going on since the .com days. It isn't anything new. Large companies own thousands of names for their business, and they use them sometimes. A lot of times they use them. Sometimes they may not use them, depending on what they want to do with them. A lot of times it's very defensive purposes they're registering these things. So it depends on the business and the company and what they want to do with these domain names. The options for Indian companies primarily are .in and .co.in. And I think one of the great example of a major brand in India that uses generic words is Amul. Amul is such a big brand in India. Literally everybody in India knows Amul and they've seen their products. But Amul owns ghee.in, butter.in, dairy.in, etc. So these are some of the, It's a great example of a big brand that actually owns keywords for their business. And again, there are many companies like this. Don't have time to list them all. But the key is to understand that why do these companies need keywords for their business? Why are they using them along with their brands? And that's a good research for companies to do, businesses to do. And you can look up keywords in your own industry and niche and find what's available. 2-word domains, 3-word domains, 1-word domains. So a great example, I'm thinking of a great story that came up in the .com times. There's a domain name called envelopes.com. And the story goes that the seller was looking for $10,000 to sell the domain in 1999 to the buyer. The buyer was already running an envelopes business, and they thought this was a great domain to acquire. But it was $10,000 in 1999. That was the seller's price. So they couldn't come to an agreement, but they kept negotiating for over the next 8 to 10 years. And finally, in 2009, the same buyer bought it for $400,000. The same domain, envelopes.com. And later on, that buyer also bought bags.com and folders.com because it fit his niche, his category of business that he was doing. So it's a great example of how these domain names can get valuable over time. And it's worked in the .com world. We don't know what's going to happen with .in domain names, but the way the trends are going, it is interesting that businesses are looking for keywords for their business. And my advice to small, mid-sized businesses: look for those words, look for acronyms, look for things that you can buy for your business right now, and protect yourself. Because it's a question of how many competitors you have in your industry, and how many of them would probably go after these words. Because let's face it, in an online world, a lot of it is about search, a lot of it is about keywords, and people recognizing those keywords. So anywhere you want to advertise, you could use these words. All right, with that, I'll end today's topic. And if you want to go to my website, it's suresh.co.in. Thank you.